Looking at some of the publicly available statistics, the recent Invictus launch week seems to have been very successful in terms of bringing new players into the Star Citizen experience, which naturally prompts the question, how important is that new blood to the health of the game? I'm Forrester, and my YouTube channel has lots of Star Citizen videos ranging from guides to reviews, so if this kind of video sounds useful, well, you might want to check out a few more or even subscribe to be notified when new videos go live. So let's start with the obvious. New players are likely to bring new cash, which means more funding for the project to help fund completion. That may seem a bit unusual for a game with hundreds of millions of dollars sat behind it already, but ultimately every extra dollar helps keep the game on the road, which may be especially important given that Star Citizen supposedly will operate without a monthly subscription model. And those players often experience Star Citizen for the first time. They feel the sense of awe and wonder at the scope and scale of what this game can offer, that for many of us older players is easy to be lost over the years. They celebrate and enjoy what we already have, rather than getting lost in what we don't have. That's not to say that existing players don't have legitimate concerns about development, but more that sometimes that can get in the way of enjoying just how far this game has come already and what's on offer to play right now. The other advantage is that new players coming in help to illustrate the onboarding journey, or lack thereof. With Star Citizen being such a complicated game to actually learn how to play, new players coming on board facing these things for the first time help to appraise the level of support available, or otherwise, in actually learning the game. Whilst there are some great developer-supported tools out there like the guide system or the in-game hints, a lot of the actual onboarding support comes from the community, which can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it often gives new players the impression that Star Citizen can be one of the most welcoming communities in gaming. On the other hand, it further confuses the expectations of what the game will be. Even just in the audience for this video, if I were to ask to what extent will Star Citizen be a player versus player game, you might honestly get every response from the game being a PvP hothouse, forcing PvP on every player, to the other side of the spectrum where people will say they'll be able to avoid PvP entirely wherever they go if they so choose. Or ask about multi-crew ships and whether they'll need to be crewed, and you'll get every flavour of multi-crew ships needing a huge crew, all the way to people who say they'll run their Kraken solo on NPCs, blades and prayers. This is a big challenge when it comes to the community in general, but especially so for new players, who will have their views of what their game will be either reinforced or challenged based on who they meet, but not necessarily reflecting the true evolving vision for the game. Whatever those expectations, you can be pretty sure to see F12 chat explaining that the game is full of bugs. Whilst many an experienced player will complain about them, it's become the norm now, and the advantage of new players coming in is that they challenge us not to accept problems, especially when they're problems that have a big impact on the game. But what do you think? Are you a new player who has had to learn the game recently, or an old hand? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you might press that like button to tell me to make more videos like this, but otherwise, and as ever, thank you for watching.